What's up, guys? It's That Average Joe again, back with another 100 Days video. You know how it be. I know it's been like a solid week since I hit 60 subs, but better late than never. So here we go. Wowzers, we're starting right where we left off in the last one. Which it's pretty cool, pretty cool. So, day 301. I'm still looking for another fortress. And I was down there in the nether all day. Day 301. I still haven't found one. I did end up finding a bastion, though. So, that's kind of cool. I jumped in, started mining the gold when I started getting attacked, and fell in some lava. Great. After that near-death experience, I kind of just, dug tunnels throughout the rest of the day. I mean, it's a little easier than flying around, and it's definitely a lot safer. So, this is probably my best method for trying to find another fortress. Until I came upon an opening in the tunnel after digging for a while, and I started building a tunnel down to the bottom. It's actually really... Do you see that? Right there, off in the distance. Go ahead and zoom in for me. A little more. Just a little more. And just a little bit more. There. Nether. After seeing that nether fortress, I was ecstatic. After a few trips back and working up the courage for a few in-game days, I was finally, I finally worked up, the courage to go into the nether fortress. And it was a pretty successful excursion, like what do you want to call it. And this is one of the main things that I came down here for, nether wart, because you need nether wart to make potions or whatever. So. The first chest was pretty bad, but this is everything that I got from this nether fortress so far. I might come down here a little bit more, though, later. Day 307, I'm back in the overworld laying down a nether wart farm right next to my house, because I'm going to need a lot of that. And day 309, I was actually looking for ender pearls, because I'm low-key trying to beat the ender dragon soon, you know what I'm saying? First day of ender pearl hunting, I actually got 8. And I only turned 2 into Eyes of Ender just to see the general direction of where it was. Day 17, I hopped on a live stream because I knew today was the day that I was going to beat the Ender Dragon. By this point, I had already found the Ender Portal and the Stronghold, but, obviously I don't have the footage of it. So, on the live stream, I just went over to where the Ender Portal was, and this, is where it was. And then I started digging down to it, and I found this pretty cool cave as well. So, and it has a mine shaft in it, so that's pretty cool. Boom! I found the end portal. Again. This is everything I'm taking with me into the Ender Dragon fight. It's not a lot, but it should do me well. And without further ado, I drank a slow falling potion and jumped right in. Mind you, this is the first time I have ever beaten the Ender Dragon fully on survival mode. Like, no creative mode, no cheating, no nothing. And it was pretty fun, actually. At least I think. And that was it. Roll the credits, everybody. Yes, just thank you, everybody. Keep it coming. I just want to thank my mom and Mojang for making this game, and yes, you Jim in the back as well. Thank you all so much for coming. No, I'm not quite done yet. I still have a lot of stuff that I want to do. However, for right now, I just want to grab this dragon egg and head on home. Yeah, I'm still not showing you my username because it's cornering, and I'll be damned if I spend $10 on a username! So, what y'all want to talk about while the credits roll? Guys, I'm kind of sick right now. I'm gonna be back once I'm not sick, though. I'm gonna post a short about it, though. So, this is when I post that short, by the way. If y'all couldn't tell. I feel like shit. I hope y'all know that. I just needed. I was now on my way back home, day 318, and it was obviously a long trek home because I didn't have an elytra yet, so, that kind of sucks, but whatever. I mean, day 319, I actually was just showing my live stream tour of my entire, what do I call this, like, my entire base, or like everything I've built in between videos, because this live stream was around when I was making the 200 days, by the way, so, Day 320, I'm actually back in the end dimension, this time for a different reason, though. Boom! I'm going into the end islands this time in search of an elytra. Wait. Hold on. Y'all, I just had to go and redo an entire other line like 20 seconds ago that I made because I was talking about my elytra even though I didn't have an elytra in that clip. I'm very tired. I need sleep. Anyways, now I am searching the end city, and it's okay loot. I almost died, and then got my first elytra, so that's pretty cool. The loot's always pretty mid in these chests up here, though. So, first elytra flight test, and I almost died again. And then flew over to the second end ship, almost died. The loot was actually pretty good in these chests, though, I'm not gonna lie. Like, kinda fire. Same for this one as well. And then you already know I snagged the elytra. My bad. And then I started getting jumped by Enderman. It's okay though, because this was like the only time that I had to back up my world. So we're back on day 319 on the extra copy, and I am actually getting my first elytra again. So that's fun. Boom! And I got my first elytra again. Let's go. Absolutely. What do the kids say again? Sigma? And I actually remembered to grab the dragon head this time, because apparently I forgot the first time round. I don't know, I'm stupid. Whatever. This time I only left with one elytra, which is only a little depressing, but, I'm not risking my life again. And with the elytra also was a way easier to find another end fortress. And then when I got home, I started trimming out my armor, and it actually looks pretty cool. I decided on gold because it's kind of like the one color that looks good on diamond and netherite, so when I get netherite, it'll also look good. And day 326, I'm working on yet another, it's not really an automatic farm, but yet another farm. And yes, it did take me all day to get a tower up into the sky because my calculations were completely but by the end of day 328 I was finally done with my first layer of the mob farm, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, this clip goes on for a while. Yeah, I accidentally improv'd the clip of the Enderman, and it's genuinely the funniest shit I've ever done. Alright, now that's the roof. now that shit. Oh my god, I actually can't speak. Now that the roof is on, it's now time to set all of the trapdoors correct. I don't know why it was so hard. Now it's time to pretty up the outside of the mob farm. I mean, it's already like seriously ugly, but there's a lot of scaffolding and ladders that I gotta take off, so, you know, whatever. The only nitpick I have with this design is that the mobs can literally still see me through the opening, which is not very good, but, you know, I mean, I can live with it for now. Until a creeper no more nitpicking. For now, I'm mob-proofing the roof of the mob farm, so it could be a little more efficient, you know? What the Yeah, I'm very lucky that I had my elytra on there, or I would have been cooked. And on day 329, I grinded the mob farm all day. I need gunpowder now that I have an elytra, so I'm trying to get gunpowder and XP at the same time, you know. Day 339, I'm actually starting the long process of filling up these rooms that I had created back in like the first 100 days, I think, that have been completely empty up until this point. And I'm filling this first one up with the enchanting table that was kind of in a weird space in the basement, so I kind of want to change that here. And I think it doesn't look half bad. Day 340. Whoa! Time jump, holy shit. Wait, okay, never mind. Whatever. Day 342, I was just farming the skeleton farm. You know the grinds. Oh, wow. I'm tired. I'm gonna get some sleep, actually. Bye-bye. I'm gonna be back in the morning. It's low-key like 8 o'clock right now. Whatever. I'm gonna get this video out by tomorrow. Okay, what's up, guys? I'm back. This is the next day, by the way, if you can tell. But I'm a little more well rested than I was yesterday. Because, you know, we just got back from vacation, you know how it be, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think this is just a time lapse of me waiting for skeletons to spawn. So, let's just cut to the next clip. I'll be honest. Oh yes, somewhere in the time jump, I have constructed had constructed a little like potion brewing room, because I actually start brewing some potions some more. They're actually pretty useful, I'll be honest, and kind of fun to make. Maybe only a little bit though. I kind of hate getting the resources to. And day 344, I'm immediately using those potions that I was just brewing in the last clip to cure some villagers to maybe get a little better trades. It was only a little aggravating, and I almost died only once. Maybe twice. Did I say it was aggravating? Day 355, I'm back in the End Islands. Probably looking for another pair of elytra. This is pretty much everything that I got from that little trip to the end. I don't really have the footage of me getting this stuff, but you know, it's what. And I used my last armor trims to trim up the rest of my armor and make it all gold, you know, so it looks good with netherite, like I said. Like, my armor's looking fire now. And I'm farming the skeleton farm again. By the way, I'm not sick anymore. If you couldn't tell, literally everything recorded before this was before I got sick, and the line of me telling you that I was sick, I just kind of had to redo a voice thing, like a voiceover. And that just so happens to be when I posted that YouTube short about me being sick. Well, I just kind of post. I don't care anymore, bro. Interpret it how you want. I'm not sick anymore. Bye-bye. Back to commentary, I guess. To prove that I'm not sick anymore, I don't need to prove shit to y'all. That sounded mean. I'm sorry. But, to prove to that I'm not sick anymore, I kind of made this beat. Oh yeah, that's right. Quick little beat switch, you know what I'm saying? That was goofy. I'll never do that shit again. So yes, we can all confidently say that that shit was ass. And I was really proud of it when I made that, but looking back at it, watching that clip, it's pretty bad. And yes, to let y'all know, I did try to rap on top of that beat. Um, And I can for surely say that I am not the next Kendrick Lamar or, I don't know, 21 Savage or anybody, whoever you want. And I deleted that shit faster than I deleted 2K. So, yes, I did say that just to piss my friends off. Anyway, I'm just, shit, I don't know. Day 359, I'm back in the second village with my mending villager. I can't remember why, to be honest, but, I'm sure I'm going to find out in just a second. I said goodnight to Linguini, the best horse I have, and went to bed. Yeah. And of course, day 360, if I'm in the second village, I am, of course, kidnapping. Is there anything more to say? And then I began the process of infecting them with several diseases. That's fun. But of course, I'm curing them afterwards, so it's no longer really fun now, is it? And then I crafted every little piece of wood that I own into sticks. Holy shit, I'm so excited to sell these sticks and I cannot believe the trade went down like maybe 5. That's crazy work. Day 361, I was in the nether actually looking for gold, and I found some netherite in my tunnels, so that's pretty cool. And I came out of the nether with 64 and 1 gold. That's the nighttime of day 362, I'm back carrying my villagers again. Every day. Now, this is pretty much what I do. I didn't actually realize this is entirely useless. And that's why. The sticks went down 1 emerald. Are we for real? I still had to make some profit, though, for all those sticks, so I just went ahead and sold them, to be honest. Day 365, I'm back to farming. Sugarcane, I guess. I don't know, I'm gonna be honest. Day 368, I'm trying to get a good enchantment from this librarian villager that I've had for a little bit. But I haven't really used him yet, so I'm just trying to get a good trade here, and nothing came up. Day 369, on my way back, I fell into a very large cave with my horse, and kind of spent the rest of the day trying to get him out. Eventually got him out though, and day 370 I'm back farming my mob farm. Even with even with this box, the mobs can still see me, so I kind of have to hide around this corner. Day 377 I'm back in the second village. Oh yes, I'm zombie farming again because I kind of killed the last one. It happens. But this time I'm actually curing a different villager. It's the one I was just working towards getting a better trade for, or a good trade at least. And here's me curing him. I sat with bro all night long until his ass changed back. It took a lot longer than the rest of the villagers. I don't know why. It's kind of just weird, but, whatever. Bro, this guy's trades went down, like, barely 2 again, bro. Are we for real? How does this keep happening? Had to sell some overpriced sticks again, because apparently on Bedrock Edition, you can only get 1 discount from curing. So no matter how many times you cure, all the trades will stay exactly the same as the first one. So, that sucks. And I can't do anything about it. Day 379, I'm looking for a certain structure. If you haven't guessed yet, it's a woodland mansion. And I am just about to find it in this clip, I believe. So cut to me finding it, please. Yay! Thank you. I'm at the thing now. Yay! I was extremely cautious. This is one of the most dangerous structures, I think. Besides maybe like an end city or something like that. I don't know. But there were a shit ton of mobs. So I had to deal with all of them. I got into a scruffle with a magical ruffian. What am I talking about? Anyway. Oh, two. Anyway, I got a Totem of Undying from both of them. That's mainly what I came here for, actually. The Totem of Undying. So, you know, I have those now. Little did I know that they would be put to use almost immediately. These guys hit hard as hell. Yeah, if I didn't or hadn't gotten that Totem of Undying, that's the end right there. That was doom. So you know. I'm still in the fortress, day 380. And I just threw my sword while I was getting attacked. So that's not very fun. But, you know. And day 380, I'm finally getting out of the woodland mansion and going home. It's kind of depressing that I only got one Totem of Undying instead of the two that I originally had. But, you know. Whatever. And I almost died on the way home. If I was flying any faster, that would have been doom as well. So, you know, that's not very fun. It was a very perilous journey home, however, but I did eventually make it. However, right here, I have no clue where I'm at, to be honest. I don't know where I am. I found this cool ruined nether portal somewhere. I don't know where. I think it's next to the village, though. I just genuinely don't know. Although I did have the coordinates for the second village, so I just made my way over there and then made my way home from there. Swing low, sweet chariot. I finally made it back home, day 381. That's pretty cool. And then I immediately trimmed out my armor. So that's pretty cool. I low-key forgot to download the rest of the video, so I'll be right back. And I'm already back to farming the skeleton farm. I really was not nice to my editing self, to be honest. And it lasted all the way until 382. Yeah. And then in today, 383. 383? 383. God damn, I can't talk. And I'm finally leaving the cave, day 383. That's pretty... In the woodland mansion, I got a golden apple with efficiency 1 on it. So I'm testing out if it mines anything faster. I don't know why it would, but I don't know why it has efficiency 1 either. So I don't know. Whatever. Day 384, I'm back at the end tunnel. But instead I'm going into this cave that I found right next to it. Back in like the first couple of days. Because it has a mine shaft as well, so that's pretty cool. Found some diamonds, a whole lot of them as well with my fortune. Found some more diamonds, even more than the first vein, thanks to my fortune. Found some more diamonds, actually significantly less than the first couple of veins, thanks to fortune. Burned myself being an absolute dumbass, of course. Found some more diamonds, like way less than the first couple of veins. And now I'm on my way back home, day 385. Y'all, look at the hill that the village and my house and all of my stuff is on. It looks pretty good, I'll be honest. Day 384, I'm back in the nether. This time, flying around looking for a bastion. Because the nether fortress didn't have any netherite upgrades. So I'm gonna need some of those, you know? Holy shit, I actually found one. My first trying to get into a bastion didn't really go. Finding what I came for in the first chest that I opened is insane luck. And then, of course, I got ganged up on by like 14 hoglins, I think they're called. But, of course, I'm very powerful, so they were no match for me. And then I went AFK, and then left the game. And then had another time jump. Oh yeah, let's go. Y'all saw it coming, you know how. Yep, your eyes are not deceiving you. I do have a netherite sword in my hand, and a netherite pickaxe, and full netherite armor. And I don't have the footage for any of it. Of course. If it helps, let me just say that holy shit, it was a grind. It took me like a solid 4 days to get to the point where I am. And I mean, obviously that includes a lot of breaks because of how pissed off I was. But that is a lot of beds and a lot of close calls and a lot of netherite. So, you know, it did take me a long time, and I still don't even have a netherite axe and shovel. But day 393, I'm just strip mining a lot. It's not very fun to play or to watch, to be honest. More AFK footage, day 394. Day 397 and day 398, I've just been grinding the mob farm for XP and for gunpowder for rocket. Because on day 400, I wanted to get a aerial view of my entire base from the sky, just to see kind of what I've achieved in the who knows how long I've been playing in this world for. You know, it's been fun, to say the least, really. This is exactly when and why I posted this YouTube short real quick. I need y'all to know that this is when I did, because it was kind of random, but I needed y'all to know that 400 days was coming soon, so that's why I made it, and very shittily made it as well, because it's not a good short at all. It's pretty bad. However, it will suffice. Also, it's AI music in the background, by the way, if you didn't. Yeah, I already gave up being outside. It's so bad. The microphone pickup, like the audio picking up is so bad. But yes, it is in fact day 400, and I kind of just went around flew around and just like looked and marveled. Oh, and of course I killed the horse. At everything that I've made and my world. And I finally actually bought 2 efficiency books from that villager that I was working. And look at how fast my shovel digs. It absolutely just zaps through dirt and sand now. It's amazing. It's fantastic, even. Say that again. And yes, it is very satisfying. To end the day off, I am smelting glass in order to make profits on the first couple days of 500 days. Very fun. Well, I guess with nothing else to say or do, I suppose it's time to say goodbye to the world for now. Until 500 days comes out. But until then, I guess we'll have one more epic montage to end it off.
RGF Production.
Remy boys, yeah. 1738. I'm like, hey, what's up? Since your pretty ass, I miss you can't even know. I just wanna chill, got me safe from my store. Married to the money, introduced her to my store. Showed her how to whip it, now she in this for love. She my track queen, let her in the what's up, hello.